It's a chilly night here in the northeastern U.S., but we've got some football to keep us warm at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the San Francisco 49ers. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. Nice little juke. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Lance, a handoff here to Mostert. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So,
touchdown 49ers. Kiki QT, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners have taken the early lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing Jones. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Tarvarius Moore coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up fourth. The Patriots send out their punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Taken from just outside the 30. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we could walk away with a win.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. The Lance going to throw. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Throwing on first down is Lance. And that is incomplete. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else. Gold to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Niners 14, Patriots nothing.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
2nd and 9. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you? Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. McKenzie now from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
On second down, it's Harris, and he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now Jones, and caught by Henry, and he gets this to the 35, good for a gain of 5.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On second down, this is Harris. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw there taken in by Smith. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. They hand this off to Harris. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Again, it's Harris on second down. Space to run past the 20. And all the way down to the 5. 40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got him the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
On second down now, it's Harris. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
I don't have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year and 3rd overall. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all. And if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff. And it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And Lance's throw complete here to Ayuk. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. On second down, Mostert. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Taking a shot for Samuel. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, 49ers. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. McKenzie now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Dancing to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. To throw on third down, Jones. Open man, the tight end, Henry. 30, past the 20, and he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort, and this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Damiere Byrd in the final seconds of the first half. And the Patriots are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that will cut the lead down to 15. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this one too low. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Our two teams making their final preparations for the second half. And as they do, we send it back out to Foxborough, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Once again, it's Mostert. Now, he is not going to get the first down as they'll spot this at about the 28. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
They'll try it now with Mostert. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. Now a first down carry for Harris. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 57 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Being chased out left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Jones now to throw on third down. And it'll be intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And the Niners are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe he'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big play there.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Off of play action, here's Lance. Rolling to his right. That's complete to the tight end, Werner. Touchdown, 49ers. Charlie Werner, his first touchdown on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Gold with the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On the give, this is Harris. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain. So they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken around the 12. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. The 71 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Here's Lance. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 12-yard line. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. It returns it right back to Samuel. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack.
That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the 49ers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. McKenzie now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 2nd and 10, Jones, and down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And you could say that is just another cherry on that entire team, but really this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I notice you used the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the 49ers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
And this Patriot defense up to the challenge once more as they again stop him behind the line. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And, oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. He's going to look downfield for Henry.
One play at a time. Here we go.
And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Throwing now is Lance. That's caught by Werner, the tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
77 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. That's going to be caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the Niners are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Lance looking to throw it. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. They hand it off to Mostert. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now a give to Mostert running right. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for San Francisco, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for New England, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.